Yeah, no, it was happy with our defense. That's something that we've been harping on since that Providence game. So I thought there was a lot of carryover with the things that we've been asking our guys to do, against obviously a high-level opponent. So that was good to see. And then I thought, offensively, outside of a couple of turnovers here and there, I thought we played to our identity. We really want to highlight, driving and kicking and then spraying out, which I thought we did a good job of. So happy with the carryover. Good to get that first Big 12 one out of the way and obviously move on to a tough Houston team. So I'll open it up.
You held Arizona State to 21% from three. What was working so well in that perimeter defense, you felt?
I mean, we've just harped on being connected on the defensive end of the floor, really with the goal of trying to keep teams to shoot the shots we want them to shoot. We kept them off the free throw line, I thought, for the most part. That was a big part of it. And I thought the threes that we did give up were ones that were, fairly contested. We'll have to look at some of them. I thought they got loose a little bit, but I think just being connected helped us there.
30 points for Richie, career high. What did you make of his performance today?
He's a stud. I've said it from day one. I mean, he's a flat-out stud. I mean, he's a guy that you can – a thing I love about him is just how hard he plays, number one. But then number two, he's, you don't have to run stuff for him to be able to get shots now, although we do run some things for him from time to time. But he's very opportunistic, looking to be aggressive. I think he takes good shots. He puts a ton of pressure on the defense. And, he was a catalyst for us tonight. But he really has been all year. I think I've made that, known in terms of how important he is to our team.
Yeah, you were having a tough shooting night. Is that just to be expected with the layoff that he had?
Maybe. I mean, I thought some of it is shot selection with him. He takes some forced ones at a time. I thought he got some really good looks that he normally makes. But he sat on that Providence loss and that performance more as well for a long time, where the rest of us have been able to flush that a long time ago. So I think I expected him to be pressing a little bit. I thought his floor game was good up until kind of the end there, where they put Quaintance on him, and that kid, my goodness, he's an all-world defender. That kid's impressive, but I think he kind of bothered Yegor a little bit. But he'll be good. I think it was good for him to play against that level of length, and he'll continue to get better.
How much of a focus was your team bringing the physicality now that league plays here, or how they performed in that front?
Good. I thought we were, ball toughness really, I thought was what was the game decider tonight. First half, that's kind of how it got away from us. We had a nice lead, and then we turned it over too much on some loose ball type stuff where we were just loose with the basketball. So that physicality, I think, shows its head in a lot of ways, not just, setting screens, I think, and rebounding. I think it's just ball toughness. It's how hard you cut. It's how hard you sprint back. And so that's something that we harp on every day, and I did think we were the more physical team tonight.
Coach, you led from coast to coast, and Arizona State's kind of been known as a second-half team. You outscored them by 15 in that second half. What was working in those last 20 minutes?
I just thought we played to our identity. I got a great coaching staff here with me. Dunson and Burgess had coached against these guys in the Pac-12 and had made that same point in terms of how good this team is, in the second half, but also coming back from deficit. So I thought our guys did a good job of, staying the course with the game plan, and we were able to, push the lead out because of it.
You haven't scored 36-24 in the paint. You talk about the physicality of the more physical teams. Is that evidence of that, the fact you guys dominated on the interior?
Yeah, but I mean, I think a lot of times when you think that, you're thinking like, Shaquille O'Neal, in the paint and stuff like that, where like we got physical guards that can get downhill. Our bigs do a tremendous job of creating havoc in the paint. Even if they don't have the ball, they're ducking in, creating driving lanes for our guys. So, points in the paint can come from a lot of different areas. I think our bigs are extremely selfless in that sense, and they carve up, like I said, they carve out a lot of room for our guards to drive in there and score at the basket.
Arizona State made a little bit of a run before halftime, and then out of the break, you guys had that 9-0 spurt to push it to double digits. What went on in the locker room and kind of propelled you to that second half spurt?
Yeah, I mean, one thing I'm challenging our guys to do is, we have a good basketball team. We got a lot of talent. We got guys that play the right way, and I think our chemistry is really growing. And so because of all those factors, I think our guys should play with just an extreme level of confidence. I challenged them in the locker room to do just that, and I thought the way we came out in the second half, I was happy with their response to that challenge.
At Providence, your first true road game didn't go well. Were the guys kind of eager to get back out in another hostile environment and kind of make amends for that coming Saturday to Houston?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I try to, and I say this all the time. I personally try not to make a big to-do of road and home. You got the game plan is the game plan. The other team's the other team, whether you're on the home or on the road. I think more than anything, the Providence game, I think just woke everybody up, led by me, and we learned a lot in that game. Probably the best thing that's happened to us to this point. So I think our guys are ready to take what we learned there on the road, to your point, against a really good Houston team who just played really well in their opener as well. So, I think we're all really excited for the opportunity.
I think that was the loudest Marriott Center game of your tenure so far. What would you make of the atmosphere today?
Yeah, this place is amazing. It's just a fun place to play in. It's a fun place to show off in terms of letting the world kind of see what we have here relative to that. But yeah, it was awesome. It was, it's why you coach, it's why you play, it's why you compete, to be in environments like that. There's nothing like it.
You talk about the defense. You challenge Cannon to step it up. I guess on that end, how do you feel like he's progressing defensively as you get into settle into Big 12 play?
Yeah, I think he's progressing well on both ends of the floor. I thought he made a really nice play, and really to start the second half to get that 9-0 run. He was in there and got a deflection and got a sound transition. So, my biggest thing with Cannon and Jaeger is just continue to just try to help them get better every day. And if we do that and just think about what the best versions of them look like in March, that gets me excited relative to what else we have in our locker room.
There's no buys during conference season here, so it's 2 games a week. How eager are you to be in a more set rotation of games going forward?
It'll be good. Like I've said it a bunch, like all the practice time is driving me crazy a little bit. So knowing like the cadence will be good. And I think we've got a nice blueprint in terms of how to handle it.
Last question.
Houston held Oklahoma State to 47 last night. Just did you watch that game, and maybe just some of your thoughts on Houston a little bit?
Yeah, I've watched some of it. I got to really get up to speed here in the next couple of days. But, I kind of know what their mantra is, in terms of their defense and how physical they are and so forth. But look, I mean, we're a tough team to prep for. We got shooters all over the floor. So, you got to pick your poison with our team, which I think allows us to play in a little bit more space than maybe some of our counterparts. So look forward to, that's the fun part of coaching, right, is the chess match part of it. And so, Kelvin's obviously extremely experienced, built a great program at Houston. And, that's one of the reasons why the Big 12 was so enticing for me, was to go in and play against the best coaches and the best players. So here we go.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. Happy New Year.